Spacey Sims, and we're back with more ColorX Malice Unlimited. And last time, we started Sasuzuka's Chapter 1, but didn't realize at the time that the little intro kind of story that happens gives you a little bit of background, goes too fast for me to read, and then Sasuzuka's kind of speaking in the background. So I decided, we played it at the end of the last part, but we're going to start this part. We're going to play that again. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to crank up the background. Not that you're going to be able to hear me anyway. And you are going to have to pay attention and read yourself and listen to Sasuzuka. So if you're chilling, listening in the background, this is the time you need to pay attention because I'm not going to read this for you. But I will crank it up. So if you're ready, we're about to go into it. And I will be back with you when we've started. So here you go. Are you sure? Yes, we are. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
命がかかってるからって誰もがお前に同情すると思うな。褒美だよ、褒美。この俺が誰にでもドーナツをくれてやると思う。むしろ光栄に思うとこだろ。とりあえず末膳はもらっとく。以上。お前は俺のパートナーだろ。つまり一人じゃない。この俺がついてて何が不安なんだよ。言ってみろこのバーガー。また目の前で失うのかと思った。自分からは以上です。アドニスを潰そうと思うなら、おそらくこの機会を置いて他にありません。お前バカだろ。恋人チャンス何言い出すのかと思えば、お前はとっくに俺のだ。バカ。その時が来たら飼い殺してやるから覚悟しとけよ。
Okay, there you go. And I turned the music back down. Hopefully it wasn't, I'm sure it was really fucking loud, but I just cranked it. I was like, click. So there you go. April 2nd, 5:02 p.m. So again, this is after the X-Day stuff. So I actually really, really love that they did that. I did not know that was coming. Obviously, this time I did, but the first time we played through it at the end of the last part, I had no idea it was coming. So I like that because it kind of gives you the little background and everything. And then, look, we get to hear the voice acting and realize how trash I am. We usually do that at the end. But anyway, yeah, no, I love that. I think that's like an actual, a very beautiful kind of touch to I don't know. I just really like that little added thing. Because again, it gives you the little, it's not as jarring as Chapter 1, 6 months later. You know what I mean? Okay, 5 months later, but what was the beginning of December? Now it's the beginning of April, whatever. You know what I mean? It kind of gives you the little, we solved the case and this is kind of what happened. And it gives you just a little bit of things. So you're like, okay, so you kind of refreshes your mind about what happened and everything. And I don't know. And it's just so pretty. I love it. Anyway, okay, so where are you, Sasuzuka? Almost there. Please hurry. The street barkers are getting aggressive. Don't run off with someone just because they give you candy. What do you take me for? Strangers have the best candy, you asshole. Of course I'm going to leave with them, especially if they're in a white van. God. I fully expected him to reply with, a dog, right? He was probably quickening his pace to meet up with me. Whatever. I put my phone away for the time being, sighed, and looked around. My eyes were greeted with the familiar sight of the Shinjuku Station concourse. Okay. It's a Kaya, but it looks like, okay. Shinjuku was bustling with people that had the little sign on the right. There were couples carrying handfuls of bags, as well as fashionably dressed women on their way to work. Groups of students crowded fast food restaurants, and I spotted the occasional foreigner mixed into the crowd. Hey, what do you want to do later?
I want to walk around Harajuku, then Shibuya.
Again? We always go to Harajuku. Let's try someplace else for a change.
How about Ikebukuro? I saw a post online about this cafe there called Something Sheep. Apparently one of the seniors works there.
As I watched the young couple decide on their afternoon plans, I smiled softly. She's like,
I want to go check him out because he's hot.
well, I thought I was your boyfriend.
I mean, just until I get something better.
The people of Shinjuku were finally freely venturing out into the city. It was completely unlike the months of terror that they had endured under the quarantine. Okay, can I just... It's kind of funny that we're playing this now. This is like, the quarantine is really over. What does that feel like? What does it feel like? We don't know. Could you imagine if we played Color X Malice, the first one, if we were like starting, it's like, we're all in a quarantine. This feels really real. Wait. So at the time we played it like, wow, they're like stuck in a quarantine. That's gotta suck. And now you're like, oh, okay. And now when we play this, the quarantine's over. I don't know what that feels like. We're still in one, kind of. Not really. Nobody fucking follows it in America anyway, because we're all a bunch of fucking bags of douches. Like, whatever, I'll be fine. Can't force me to wear a mask. Takes away my freedom. God damn it. Just wear a fucking mask and shut up. Or, you know what? Just better yet, be like me. Quarantine. I can't leave my house. You can leave your house. The quarantine ended 5 years ago. No, I can't leave my house. You never know. Could die. Could be COVID 2025. Don't want to risk it. Look, this life does not bother me. I leave my house to take out my trash and get my mail. The idea that I have to go get my car inspected this month is like, oh, I have to leave my house and I don't wanna. Can't they like... And I just think it's fucking obnoxious that the state, even though I had to have inspection to register my car, this is a goddamn pandemic. You should not be making me go and get my car inspected. I could infect other people or get infected. You are risking my life just for fucking state inspection. Where am I driving my damn car? Nowhere. There's a lot of states that don't even have inspections, so it's not exactly fucking necessary, okay? You could, like, be like, okay, so, like, you don't have to get an inspection this year, whatevs. All I'm saying, you could be fucking nice and not make me get my car inspected so I don't have to go and sit in a public fucking place for, like, a fucking hour with a mask on my face. I would prefer not to do that, thank you, but I have to, and I don't think that that's right. Normally, obviously, I would go because I had to, but like now it's like, there's no reason to risk my health or the health of other people around me. You don't know, I could be a carrier. I don't know. I've like literally been around no one like in like the entire fucking year except for my family, and it's been long enough since I saw them that I'm pretty sure I'd know if I was sick, right? But it's still fucking, well, anyway, quarantine is really over. Spacey's nightmare. I can leave my house. They're gonna make me go back to work. I don't want to do this. Anyway, I watched an endless stream of people come and go from the train station. A sure sign that commerce was recovering. I don't know why I can't say that. Commerce was. It just doesn't flow right. Anyway, then I checked my phone again. Oh my. My woman? My woman? For a second, I wondered what he meant. Oh. When I realized the meaning of the message, I felt warmth rising to my cheeks. It's mean of him to drag it out like that. It was easy to imagine the sadistic grin on Sasuzuka's face as he replied to my texts. While I was happy, I was a little annoyed that he was treating his girlfriend this way. Okay. I decided to get him back for this. I started typing, my head filled with thoughts of mischief. I love how, like, there's little flowers all over these, like, boxes. Then, Sasuzuka is mine forever. My first thought was too embarrassing. Say that to me directly when we meet, okay? No, this wasn't right either. If that's how you feel, no looking at anyone other than me. I typed, erased, and typed again. I squinted at the screen, racking my brain for the perfect, clever thing to say. I like how they show that in the background instead of, like, her just saying she's going to type it. What now? If I want us to be able to laugh about it later, I shouldn't say anything too weird. I kept glaring at the screen in consternation. Why don't you send it? I couldn't possibly tell him that. What would he think of me? Yes, if Sasuzuka was right here, he'd probably tease me in this way. What matters is the delivery. Just add a bunch of heart emojis. Oh, I know he'll save that and use it to torment me later. For real? Damn, that Takeru Sasuzuka's a real scumbag. Yeah, he can be a real jerk sometimes. He's always been like this, but I feel like he's getting even more of a kick out of bullying me lately. It's like, like at first I was like, go ahead and send it. I was like, oh shit, he's right behind us. And then she was like imagining it, and I'm like, but he's really behind us, right? Oh. Uh-huh. I think I have a pretty good idea of how you see me now. Sasuzuka! Way too slow on the uptake. I mean, seriously! How long have you been there? For a while. Can't believe you didn't notice me after I got this close. What if I'd been someone else? Also, the fact that he's got his arm around you, and you should know your boyfriend's voice when he's whispering sexily into your ear. Because, just saying. Well, I was concentrating. I was aghast that he had seen and heard me saying all those things. Maybe I had gotten so used to being around him that I was slow to react to his presence. While my brain frantically scrambled for excuses, Sasuzuka sighed. Don't let this piece get to your head just because you solved a big case. Or are you getting distracted by something else? I mean, it's public place, though. Save that for later. Sasuzuka suddenly closed in on me, close enough that I could feel the heat of his skin. I knew that it had been my fault for not noticing him, but he was now so close that I couldn't focus. Okay, we've been dating now for kind of months. We should not... Okay, it's gonna irk me if she's... Oh, I mean, I get the, oh my god, you're groping me in public. Okay. Because she's not into the PDA and... Okay, get it. But the like, oh my god, he kissed me and it's so weird. You've been kissing him for months. It should be like old hat now. Again, non-public, I understand like, oh my god, it's awkward. There's people watching us. Like, but she's getting all like, oh my god, he's touching me. You did not just start dating yesterday. It's been months. Please don't act like this meager fucking thing. I hate that. I hate that. Drives me bonkers. Oh, we're all like little dandelion wallflowers and a man looks at me and I blush and I get awkward. Yeah, maybe the first, like, month, but afterward it's like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, I see what you're saying with those eyes. You better pay up later. Spacey doesn't, no. I'm all talk, no show, but still. Anyway. As he whispered into my ear, I squeaked out a meager protest. If you were here, you should have just said so. I did. Multiple times. But you didn't notice me. Would you have preferred it if I snuck up behind you and said, who's there? Well, I can't deny that I might have fantasized about that once or twice. Okay, wait. All right. Wow. Really? To be honest, I couldn't imagine Sasuzuka doing anything of the sort. He just didn't strike me as the kind of guy who did lovey-dovey things. I guess it's more like the covering her as, guess who? Not the, you know what I mean, that you've seen in, like, every rom-com, like in the 90s. I don't think that's a thing anymore that anyone does. But it used to be a thing. I bet you're thinking that I never do anything like that. No, I'm not. Well, maybe a little. So you were. Sasuzuka's eyes narrowed in displeasure, as if he could see right through me. All right. Then your kind, gracious boyfriend will grant your request. Huh? Come on. Who's there? If you just say it without even covering my eyes. Yeah, so it's the like, guess who? Who's there? Okay. Sasuzuka. Wrong answer. Huh? Sasuzuka appeared to be expecting a different answer. You're Sasuzuka, aren't you? Takeru? Master. Oh! I love the, like... Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love it. Oh, anyway, we're supposed to say Takeru. If Sasuzuka was wrong, then the word he was looking for was... I would be so embarrassed if this was wrong. But I had a strong feeling that I was correct. I mean, you're fucking the man. I think you can call him by his first name. All I'm saying. And we know that they are, and not because they did it in the first game. He kind of shoved her down and took her. Okay. It was like, hi. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, just saying. You could call him by his first name at this point. It's a little weird. Takeru? Correct. Sasuzuka reached out and ruffled my hair. I'm losing his voice because he's not being angry, so I can't quite do it. I'll figure it out anyway. Perhaps that was his way of rewarding me. I'm not asking you to change your habit. Your habits talk? Your habits and how you talk away? Anyway, but you should get used to calling me that. I'll start using your first name too. Just doesn't sound natural when you call me Sasuzuka all the time. Wait, you mean... I've said what I'm gonna say, idiot. He interrupted me and ruffled my hair again. Oh my god, and his flower is seafoamy and ours is... Oh my god. I felt pathetic to admit it, but lately I've been very vulnerable to that reward. I always ended up smiling and letting him pet me on the head, causing Sasuzuka to laugh and keep going. Wow, the typos really are terrible. Again, as long as we keep getting lots of games translated, I'll suffer. I'll suffer through them. Hallelujah, Jesus. Give me more games and I'll suffer through your terrible typos. They let Tim do this. God damn it, Tim! What the fuck? It's been a long time since we yelled at Tim. It's like I forgot. Damn it, Tim! You know what? Tim is a terrible typist. All the boxes! Anyway. You've become way too much like a puppy dog lately. You'd have to wag your tail to get me to pet you. It's okay. I'll only wag my tail for you. Obviously. Stupid. His definitions of idiot and stupid had always been rather questionable. I also couldn't deny that I smiled whenever he called me that recently. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, you're all idiots. My dad used to say that to us all the time. You're all idiots. Yeah, we love you too, Dad. Thanks. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not mean. So he's like, idiot. You're like, you love me. You just can't say nice things. Let's get it. There are different times he's idiot, and you're like, I'm confused. Wait, an idiot, or do you love me right now? I'm not sure. After taking a moment to savor my reaction, Sasuzuka checked the time and nodded. Well, you've shown off what a good puppy you are. Let's go. I thought it was a dumb cat. It's our first date in a while. We shouldn't waste any more time. Okay. Should we get dinner first, or did you want to kill some time? We can think about it while we walk. He took my hand in his. We'd become accustomed to this by now. Our fingers interlocked, and we slowly strolled through the streets of Shinjuku. Of course, we were near the police station. It wouldn't be strange to run into Mochida or another acquaintance. Oh, right! He was the guy in charge of us, wasn't he? Forgot about him. I wondered if it'd be better to go someplace farther from work. We're never going to run into Sayeki. He was supposed to be our friend. Come closer. It's hard to walk when you're at arm's length. Still, I couldn't resist the tempting warmth of my boyfriend's hand. And his adorable face, and that beautiful hair, and his salty fucking attitude. Anyway, walking while holding hands is still a little embarrassing. And that may be so, but it doesn't mean I'll let go. It's okay. Neither will I. Our hands mutually tightened their grip as if we were trying to prove a point to anyone watching. I trailed Sasuzuka slightly as we walked. Okay, look. Tim, I'm gonna need you to learn how to type fucking better. Still release a lot of games, but just try to type better. Fuck. Once we were a ways away from the train station, the crowds thinned out. As twilight fell over the town, I saw a landscape that I'd come to adore deeply. A poet, bro? I'm trying to read that sign in the background. I'm sorry. It's like so fun. It was Shinjuku, filled with people laughing and living their lives, free of fear. We walked through a street lined with an eclectic mix of aging department stores and shiny new boutique shops while chatting. It's a little hard to believe that Shinjuku then Shinjuku still has this much life in it. Well, the weird thing is, like, people were still walking around during the quarantine, you know what I mean? It's just you didn't have tourists or people coming in, right? Just a few months ago, it was sealed off from the rest of the country. It's because business has returned to normal. There's still a lot to fix behind the scenes. Even though we dealt a serious blow to Adonis, they're not completely gone. Woo! Tour guide Spacey. Adonis, after Incident D. The terrorist organization behind the X-Day incidents. They executed highly disruptive acts of domestic terrorism. A raid at the end of the year overran their hideout, secured a lot of intel, and that data has led to arrests. The police claim that the organization has been dismantled, but continue to search for any and all remaining members. Yeah, we still get a lot of calls about possible X-Day incidents, too. It's too early to let our guard down. How are things on your end? And now that you're back at HQ, are you bullying your superiors and coworkers? You're not worried at all that I might be on the receiving end of all that? Honestly, I can't imagine anyone bullying you. Well, I'm getting bullied right now by my heartless girlfriend. Sasuzuka sighed at me with reproachful eyes. Work is... well, it's not unsatisfying. Until a little while ago, I was dealing with a bunch of the Adonis mop-up. And things are finally calming down, and I'm back to working on other cases now. The X-Day task force based in the Shinjuku police station had been dissolved. Sasuzuka had been assigned back to the cybercrime division at police headquarters. Right, because he voluntarily went back in his route, and I guess he stayed. Obviously. Of course, I had mixed feelings about that, since I only worked in Shinjuku. During the X-Day cases, we had worked together on a daily basis, so obviously the change in situation made me feel a bit lonely. Oh my god, we live it together, we see... You don't need... We work right next to each other? That's a little too much together time. Like, working in the same building, I guess, is okay, but... Spacey, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I was just spacing out. Huh, my name. Hi. Sasuzuka had said before that headquarters was only a short distance from the Shinjuku station. It wasn't as if we were having a long-distance relationship across national borders, so I didn't want to whine about it. There was no question that I was happy right now. A lot of people don't even work in the same company, let alone building, so like, girl. It was enough that I had a significant other and could see and spend time with him. Oh, right. Do you want to go have dinner now? There's this place that, Sakuragawa. Oh my god. I forgot about her. Oh, and what's her face? Yeah. Shiraishi's friend that hates him. That works for... Not really friend. She hates him. She works for him. What's her name? Oh my god. Forget her name. Why can't I think of her name? Anyway. Is it Eriko? Was that her name? Or is it from something else? I don't know, but we love them. Anyway. There's this place that Sakuragawa was telling me about last week. What's it? Beef? Pork? Chicken? Hell, I'll eat anything. Even weird stuff like lamb. I haven't even mentioned what kind of restaurant it is. But it serves meat, right? You're not wrong. It had been 3 months since we put an end to the X-Day incidents. Our lives had changed slightly, but we still saw each other and went on dates when we had time. Right now, I was living a happy life with Sasuzuka. Day 23. Wow, we just skipped ahead a whole bunch. Weren't we just on the 4th or some shit? Or the 2nd? It's been like a month now. Damn. See, this one has a passage of time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of game... Are we at his perspective now? Is that what I'm supposed to get from... I forgot how this game worked. Like, are we in his perspective because it showed him on the side? Like, when we went into the transition? Like, some games, they're like, you know... There's no passage of time, and you're like, this doesn't feel like this is natural. And it's like, well, it's been 6 months. It feels like 2 days because they don't tell me, like, a few days later, it just, you know? And this one at least tells you. But it's been like a leap. What was it? It was 4 something. 12? I don't know. There was a 2 in it. But it wasn't the 20. Was it the 21st? I don't remember. Good lord. Anyway. What a pain. How many damn proxy servers is this now? Proxy! A proxy is a means to hide one's own IP address by routing the connection to a second machine or proxy server. It increases your anonymity, but if the proxy server's location isn't also under your control, it has the possibility of being compromised. It's secure, but not entirely secure.
Tim shouldn't feel entirely secure with his fucking job because he's failing at this. Holy shit, this is painful.
I love this game, but like Tim is a terrible typist and holy fucking shit. God.
Look, our future boyfriend! I forget the voice Minagishi had.
Anyway, looks like we're dealing with a tough one if they're giving you this much trouble. I clicked my tongue and hit the enter key, and sipped on my cafe au lait to keep my sugar up. He needs a lot of sugar. The air was filled with the sounds of typing and phone calls. This was the Cybercrimes Division of Police Headquarters. I'd been glued to my screen since the morning, and I was feeling increasingly frustrated by the lack of progress. Is it going to take long to determine where they bought the weapon? Whoever this is, they're experienced at covering their tracks. Sure, they're based overseas. The last server was a dummy with about as much security as a local bank. All right, let's not overextend ourselves. We don't want to lose both the cart and the horse. Conduct your investigation carefully, and don't let them know that we're onto them. Roger that. There's like the same voice right now. I don't know. You know what? Forget it. Anyway, well, I don't know what voice Minagishi had. I can't remember. I'll work on getting you more intel. We're counting on you, Sasuzuka. I watched Minagishi go, then turned back to the room. The name of the case I was investigating under Minagishi was called the Takadanobaba shooting. Wow, that's a mouthful. Takadanobaba? Fuck my life. Wow. Anyway. 3 weeks ago, there had been evidence of gunfire in a home in the residential district near Takadanobaba Station. If we have to keep saying that, I swear to God. They're like, what's the most complicated thing in Japanese we can put in this game? Ha! When it gets localized, those fucking Americans will like, pass the fuck out. Let's make it as much of a tongue twister as we can. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Fucking A! Followed by that, 4 more incidents followed in the span of a week. Forensics had matched the ballistics to the same weapon, and finally there were human casualties. Of course, the press had jumped on the case with headlines like, "Police failed to recover all weapons," or "More police negligence." The investigation had determined that the weapon used hadn't been among the numbered weapons that were distributed in Shinjuku. In fact, there were signs that had been purchased over the internet. Cybercrime was working around the clock to figure out the weapon's distribution channel. Cybercrimes! Shorthand for the Cybercrimes Division of the Metropolitan Police Department. That's really shorthand, because, like, Cybercrimes Division and Cybercrimes is, like, totally different. If we were calling it the CCD, that'd be different. They deal with high-tech crimes and criminals who use high-tech means. They also gather information on those criminals and have a very specific delineation of duties. I said duties. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That was kind of funny. Me just saying that the voice was fun. Anyway. 4:23, 3:25 p.m. Is this the next day or was it still the 23rd? Was it the 23rd or the 22nd? It was right there. Anyway. Lunch now. You're having lunch at this hour? Don't work too hard, okay? I love it. So like an angry cat or a dog, but it's got a donut. Of course it does. I can't read any of that. Cat with a beer. I have patrol, so I'm going to be out with one of the rookies. Don't trip over yourself. Okay, make sure you're eating enough. Oh, happy dog with a donut. Or whatever the hell it is. It looked like we were both busy. I was hoping the sound of her voice would help me de-stress, but I wouldn't call her on duty. That's true, we can tell by whoever is it's green in the next thing. Good job, game. I'm sure someone was like, you know, you can tell. I got it, but now we got a double way of figuring out whose perspective were we? Oh, right, our flower in the corner is green for Sasuzuka. I stuck a spoon into the plate of curry in front of me, mixed it up, and stuck a spoonful in my mouth. I was sitting in the cafeteria on the upper floors of HQ, eating by myself. Ugh, this sucks. All this canned food is making me lose track of the days. When was the last time I got to see her? As police officers, we both had difficult schedules. That didn't allow us to sleep or meet each other when we wanted. But even accounting for that, I hadn't seen Spacey in a long while. Yeah, it's been like 20 plus days, right? Because it was the beginning of the month. I haven't told her anything, but I was almost out of patience. Yeah, that's why I'm making sure that... Oh, no, I have to work! Oh, no, we have opposite schedules! I've been making you wait. Because I know it's going to be good if I make you wait. And we texted each other, but it wasn't nearly the same as physical contact. I'm making you wait. I spend more time with my work computer than I do with the girl I love. Pathetic. This must be what it feels like to be a workaholic or a wage slave. Hey, you! As I sighed heavily and took a sip of water, someone pulled up a chair in front of me. Namely you, Takeru Sasuzuka. Is this chair free? It's claimed. Go sit somewhere else. I didn't know it was Okazaki, so... Okay, thanks. I'll sit here then. Why even bother asking if you're just gonna do it anyway? Since we both worked in the same building, I ran into this guy from time to time. Okazaki had approached without a sound, as usual. I shot at my meanest frown. It's not gonna work. Okazaki's fucking crazy. Ah, the little chibies! Ah. Is that a Giga Curry? Damn, you eat a lot, Takeru. No, it's a Terra Curry. Whoa, for real? I thought those were just a myth. Okazaki blinked in surprise as I continued eating my Giga Curry. And the Mega Curry was one of the most popular items here. The Giga Curry was that, plus a heaping helping of extra pasta and hamburger patty on top. What kind of pasta is in curry? Curry is like with some kind of meat, and like, isn't it usually with like rice? But then you have pasta. That literally looks like curry rice with hamburger patties and like actual fucking like spaghetti. That sounds fucking horrifying. That is like disgusting. That is just the most, no, what the fuck? What kind of, what? Okay. I mean, I don't know what kind of pasta it is, but I'm just thinking like any kind of pasta. I guess I can't wrap my head around the, because like when I think of pasta, I think of like Italian kind of pastas, or like, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. I don't like noodle things, okay? I like macaroni and cheese. And sometimes I can have macaroni salad if my mom makes it, or like my sister makes my mom's recipe, and it's like fresh made. I like it, but once it's been like sitting too long and it gets cold, it's as long as it's like warmish or room temperature. Second it's been in the fridge, the next day, no, fuck that shit, I can't eat it cold, it's gross. I don't know why I don't like it. But that's just like pasta. It's like elbow macaroni, mayonnaise, and like fucking tuna fish. You know what I mean? Like some paprika. You know, basically. So, and mac and cheese. Any kind of mac and cheese. Okay. But like, I do not like spaghetti or like anything like that. No, fuck, they get that out of my, any other kind of pasta salads. No, ugh, no. And I actually don't like noodles. I do not like fucking noodles. That's my problem. I don't like noodles. Except for soba noodles and rice noodles. Fucking love the shit out of that. But I don't like, I mean, I guess technically whatever kind of, I don't know what kind of noodles they use when they make like, okay, I can eat like noodles like pad thai and stuff like that. But like, I don't like the normal, I don't think they use like real, what kind of noodles do they use in that? They don't use the same kind of like pasta noodles that you use like, I'm grabbing a box of this. I mean, I guess maybe. Like really thin linguine noodles or something? Like, I don't know. I can eat that, but again, at home I only use soba noodles or rice noodles, but I'm not a pasta person, but I just can't imagine mixing any kind of pasta with curry. I mean, I guess if it's like a pad thai kind of thing, but then you got hamburger patties on top. It just seems like a lot of weird shit right now, but I guess it's because I'm Americanizing it in my head, and it'd be kind of different. It just still sounds like a lot of fucking food, but anyway. Ugh. It's no big deal. I'll eat anything that fills my stomach. He is all stomach. That's all he is. Oh. I figured you had a kid's palate so you wouldn't like curry. The hell? I'm not a kid. Just don't understand these masochists who scorch their membranes with caustic, spicy food on purpose. I can eat curry if it's sweet. Just tell them that before they make it. Huh. A sweet Terra curry. Is there some secret Takeru menu? Okazaki started munching on a bun, quizzical expression on his face. The bun's bag was labeled with mackerel, eggplant, ginger, and other things I didn't think people normally put into buns. I ignored it. You've been busy. I hear arrest rates have shot up since you came back to HQ. Not really. In cybercrime, when someone comes up with a new tool, every 2-bit criminal jumps on the bandwagon and starts using it. So if you can nip that in the bud, all the copycat crimes just vanish. The hard part is tracking down the source. Okazaki extended a spoon towards me. I assume because he wanted to try the curry. I whacked it aside with my hand and glared at him. So? I haven't seen you around much lately. It's because you're actually working these days? Of course I am. I just got reinstated. That's good to hear. Security police just sit around eating most of the time. Boy, those were the days. I had a great time hanging out with the team and the cute kitty cat. You mean Mineo, the walking comedy sketch? You really do like Mineo, don't you? Shut up! You're creeping me out. I'm sorry, shut up! You're being creepy! Oh, Ulrich. You and Sasuzuka are somehow related. Some of the X-Day cases we had gathered at the detective office, with Yanagi as the captain of the team. Once the murders had stopped and we'd fulfilled our respective roles, we had naturally gone our separate ways. Oh, we're not all best friends? I was reinstated at headquarters while Shiraishi went overseas on sabbatical, supposedly. Oh, went overseas on sabbatical! Air quotes around that. That's what we're called in prison? Yanagi and Mineo were the only ones left at that office. Apparently, Yanagi had also started working as a private investigator for real, and he had cases rolling in. So I just remembered something. Never mind the rest of us. How are things going on your end? Do you just hear me? Tracking down people who develop hacking tools. And no, not work. I'm talking about you and Spacey. None of your business. Period. Ah, don't be a stranger. It's fun to talk about that stuff with friends. I'm not gossiping with you about my love life just because we work together. I'd rather discuss politics with a chicken. That's a weird metaphor, but I can tell you're trying to be mean to me. Okazaki drew a face in the condensation on the dining table. I just shook my head, disgusted. I don't know what to call that face. Anyway, still answered the question. I must be getting soft. That's all the donuts. Nothing to talk about, really. We're taking it slow. Not really. We already had sex when we first started dating in the other part. We're not really taking it slow. It's not really... Usually that's when we're taking it slow, like we haven't slept together. We have. We know we have. Just don't try to tell me we didn't. Because that's bullshit. We all know. Everyone is like, we fucking fucked him already. Do not. Don't get me wrong. You can describe that as much as you want in this one, but don't tell me we didn't, because we did. We haven't seen each other much lately because of work. You're not seeing her, huh? Does it make you feel lonely? Maybe. But you're still confident she loves you? She's like a loyal puppy. I know she isn't clever enough to start looking for another guy. He was pretty good at interrogation for a jock bodyguard. Okazaki was watching my reactions intently as he asked a barrage of questions. What's all the gloomy stuff? I don't need a guy staring me in the eye. Consider this some friendly advice from a friend with more life experience. You shouldn't make a girl feel lonely. Speaking from experience? Yep. Yoshinari says it all the time. Yep, Yoshinari. I'm like, wait, what? Anyway. A woman's heart is like the autumn sky. Do you know the 3 characters that spell the end of a relationship, sir? Lonely is written with 4 characters. Yes, but it takes 3 characters to spell bored. That idiot's had it pretty rough, huh? I've been briefly interested in what he had to say, but I honestly didn't really care. Okazaki just grinned at me, his face unreadable as always. But even Shiraishi would have had difficulty analyzing him. Out with it. What are you trying to say? If you're just here to tease me, find someone else. Tease you? No way. I'm rooting for you, man. Okazaki stood up and smiled from his eyes. Spacey's a loyal person. Anyone who knows her will tell you that. But loneliness can open up cracks in a person's heart. Don't take her for granted, alright? Can't get careless around you, either. Exactly. Someone like me might just take advantage of her. Are you seriously saying that? It's not funny. If you are, tell me right now. Throw the rest of this curry in your face. Knowing you, there's a chance you're serious about that. I glared at Okazaki, who was now swaying like a jellyfish, probably in mock terror. Let me be absolutely clear with you. She's mine. I don't care who thinks they've got a chance with her. Hell, even if she says so herself, I'm not letting her go anymore. He's like one line away from putting us in a cage. Spacey sure is loved. I don't know why I keep saying his name. Okazaki. Okazaki smiled happily, completely ignoring my glare, patted me on the shoulder as he left. Looks like I was worried for nothing. One last bit of advice, though. Kazuki's been worried, too. He told me that his sister looks lonely. Okazaki said what he wanted to say, then left. I watched him go, fuming. You don't have to tell me. I'm already well aware of that. In fact, I was so painfully aware that it was pissing me off. She had to be lonely because she couldn't see me. I think you're more lonely that you can't see me, but it's cute. The same as I was. Yeah. The same as I was because I couldn't see her. There you go, see? That's so cute. Her precious little seaweed head. I love it. I'm back. Hey, Sasuzuka, did you finish eating? You can rest a bit longer if you like. There's no time for that. This pace will never catch up to them. Okay, don't work too hard. These all-nighters are killing me here. I feel like death. This is the second all-nighter in a row for me. That isn't something to brag about. I'm just working inefficiently. Shut up, man. I'm doing my best. Whatever. Give me some results, then. I verbally sparred with my colleagues and sat down at my desk. I wasn't new, but that didn't mean everyone was on board with me rejoining the department. And there were probably some guys who weren't all that happy that someone who quit just came waltzing back in. The fact that my team had welcomed me back into their ranks like nothing had happened probably meant that they were expecting results. I've gone through 100 candidates on the list. None of them panned out. Got it. I'll take over. Get some sleep. Why are you looking at me like that? You know, you seem different ever since you came back. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Before you were, like, harder to approach? You had this aura around you that said you didn't want to be spoken to. Shit happens. They were right. Some part of me had changed since last year's events. I've been disappointed and furious at my own government for lifting the weapons ban and quit in protest. But I wasn't that man anymore. I'd gained enough faith in my superiors to see the bigger picture. And I have someone to thank for that, but hell if I'll tell her. It would just go to her head. Our deadline is the beginning of next week. Can we make it in time? Because this is easily 2 weeks worth of work. For you, maybe. I'll get it done in a week. With that, I turned back to my workstation. The weapons ban is back in place, but shootings are still happening. That's bad. I wasn't actually a wage slave, so I had no intention of sacrificing my own health for my job. However, guns were involved here. The emotional part of me refused to ease up on the case. Things are gonna get intense for a while. Don't think I can see you this week either. As I typed the message and sent it, an image of her smiling face popped into my mind. I sighed and closed my eyes. This is sad. And then I typed a second message. Scratch that. Are you free this weekend? The solution was easy, Takeru. If I miss her so badly I can't get her out of my head, then I should just make time to see her. I'd be slammed with work for the following week, but I could see her at the end of the week. It was a problem so easy that Mineo could solve it. I sent the message and then started typing rapidly. There was a lot of work that needed to get done if I wanted to take a day off. Can you imagine working on the weekends? Now we're back to me. Okay. Yay! It's the 29th! How long had it been since we last spent time together? Our schedules had lined up for the first time in several weeks, so Sasuzuka and I were going on a date today. We were going out for a night on the town. Sometimes I'd be like, I just want to spend time in with you, just like curled up in a little ball. Hurry, Sasuzuka, the movie's about to start! Relax, we're not going to miss anything. It's just previews in the beginning. You're so excited today. But previews are the best part. How are you going to keep that mood up all day? Sorry, but I'm really happy to see you. It's been a week since we really spent time together. Oh, well, we've both been busy. Sasuzuka smiled bitterly and started walking slowly. I cocked my head, puzzled that he seemed to be moving more sluggishly than usual. Hey, are you okay? You look kind of tired. If it's your first day off in a while, maybe we should rest up at home. Oh? Is that an invitation to do something we can't do in town? That's not what I meant. Yes? We haven't seen you in weeks. She's been getting some. You'd think she'd want to get some. Sasuzuka stopped my vehement protest with a small chuckle. Don't worry so much about me. Let's have the date we promised we'd have. But, come on, let's go. I'm getting the salted popcorn and a soda. Huh? You're not getting your usual caramel? I feel like something's salty today. I feel like that's why you eat so much sugar, is because you're really fucking salty. Hey, wait! I was slightly uncomfortable with it, but the joy of being with Sasuzuka quickly drowned that out. Sasuzuka walked onward, refusing to hear any arguments, and I followed quickly. Just gonna argue about his food choices. We decided to make use of our valuable time together. After watching the 2-hour-long movie, we sat down at a cafe and discussed the film. Then we went shopping in front of Shinjuku Station and the department store and other shops. But what I enjoyed the most was simply being beside Sasuzuka. It was an intense but fun time, and it passed by far too quickly. Before long, the sun had set. We were resting on a park bench, thinking back on the day's events. Or so I thought. It's that bench. Sasuzuka? Sasuzuka? Huh? What's up? Did you hear what I said? I was talking about the movie we watched. Oh, sorry. Wasn't listening. Sasuzuka's expression was distant as he sat on the bench, looking absent-minded. Notice that a month ago he told us to call him Takeru, and we are not calling him Takeru. He hadn't just started acting like this. At various times during our date today, he had looked like his mind was elsewhere. Sasuzuka, you've been acting strange today. Is something going wrong at work? You think I'm crazy? Acting weird? That's a rude thing to say. I never said you were crazy. Not right now, I think you are. Nothing's really changed. I'm just tired because we've been so busy. If I look any different to you, then that's probably just because you're bad at reading people. No, I know that's not it. Everything else aside, I know that I'm the one who pays the most attention to you right now. I moved closer, looking at his profile. His cheeks, illuminated by the twilight, flushed a subtle pink. I could see that he was embarrassed because we leaned in close to him. He's all talk. What? Now that I think about it, there was a lot about today's date that was a little odd or different from our other dates. You picked a romantic film that apparently made American audiences cry. I like watching romance sometimes. Love will save the world and all that. But you fell asleep for the first 10 minutes of the movie. And for some reason you didn't hold my hand even once. Oh. Well, I didn't want to embarrass you. That's not believable coming from a guy that kisses me in public. When we went to the cafe, you ordered a matcha frap. I heard matcha's popular these days. It's super sweet. Even though you scrunched up your face and then pushed the rest of your drink on me? Sasuzuka answered the rest of my questions with silence. This is interesting. I'd noticed something off about him today. Sasuzuka, you're being annoying. What is it now? Excuse me. With a feeling I was right, I suddenly reached out with my hands, placed them on Sasuzuka's cheeks, and held them there. I knew it. There was warmth flowing into my palms. His cheeks were so flushed that even the sunset couldn't mask them. His eyes had seemed unfocused. Obviously this was. You have a fever. No way. Then some other sickness. Nothing's wrong with me. Just a few chills, plus my head and throat hurt a little. Oh my god, he's got COVID-19! Did he have any corona? Is that where he got the virus? I'm just kidding. Shit, we're gonna go back into quarantine. This is why you don't take the quarantine down too soon. Look what happens. This is so topical. That means you have a cold. That means you have the virus. Stop yelling. It hurts my head. Sorry. Let me borrow your lap. Sasuzuka! Sasuzuka! His perspective. That was pathetic. I was so weak that I'd collapsed only after 2 or 3 all-nighters. Fever had dulled my entire body and cooked my brain. The same nightmare replayed itself over and over in my feverish mind. Oh, it's blurry. It hurts my eyes. Mom! Hey! What the heck? Why is it red? Come on, open your eyes. If you sleep here, you'll catch a cold. I don't know. I'm assuming he was younger when it happened. I forgot. Mom! He was little, so in my dream, I wished I could save her. That damn nightmare always ended the same way. A gunshot rang out, stealing my mother from me. Poor baby. I was on my knees alone in the darkness. I had to endure it until this fever broke. When I was sick as a young boy, my mother would sing me a song and hold my hand. She wasn't here anymore. Nobody else would help me. So I had to endure the nightmare on my knees, all alone. Hushabye baby on the treetop. I heard something. That's me. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. I'm not singing it because I can't sing. Sounded like an awfully nostalgic voice. Oh, it's his mother. It's okay, Takeru. Good night and sleep tight. My hand reached out, searching, and was met by another hand which embraced it. It's a very familiar feeling. Oh, look! Where the ceiling's slowly appearing. When I was young, anytime I was hurt or sad, that hand had always protected me. And words would never be enough to express my gratitude. And there was no one left to hear them anyway. But that hand came back to comfort me. Mom? I like how it slowly gets. Thank goodness. You're awake, Sasuzuka. Huh? I mean, you know it's us, so. Oh, he looks so sweet and innocent. Oh, look, we still have the damn jellyfish hair. It actually kind of looks like a weird 80s fucking mullet going on right now. It's like some kind of like weird 80s bangs with a but it's definitely jellyfish hair, but anyway. Spacey, you were having a nightmare. How do you feel? Let me get you a fresh towel. Just hold still for a moment, okay? He looks so sweet while sick in bed. I mean, it's like, this is one of his CGs, sick in bed, but he looks so precious. Oh. I was greeted by a view that didn't match the one of my dreams. My mind felt muddled, but as my vision cleared, I saw a familiar ceiling. There was a worried face looking down at me. It was Spacey. This is my place? What am I doing here? It was nearby, so you were stumbling really badly, but you managed to open the door on your own. Don't you remember? I kind of feel like that happened. Apparently she'd helped me get home. I sighed. Loudly. Frustrated with myself. It's weird, because sometimes. Sorry for the trouble. I'd screwed up. Big time. I had noticed that I felt sluggish in the morning, but I pushed myself to go out anyway. On top of that, I'd passed out right in front of Spacey. No, I should be the one apologizing. There I was, talking about how I knew you best when I didn't even notice you were sick. And I dragged you all over town. I'm so sorry. She's too damn responsible. Of course she'd blame herself even though I was the one who ignored my own health. That was why I tried to hide it from her. Why'd you keep quiet about it, though? And she asked the question that I didn't feel like I could answer. If you weren't feeling well, you could have just said so. Of course I'd hide it. Huh? You'd ask me to cut the date short. If we did that, that's time that I wouldn't be spending with you. What's so funny? Sorry. I like watching a little boy. It's like watching a little boy pout. I'll never say that again. Sorry. Forgive me. It's just... I glared at Spacey, who failed to suppress her giggling. She'd even said I was pouting. You're pouting right now! I actually thought it wasn't a big deal. Not like I would tell you if it was. She found out I passed out because I've been working consecutive all-nighters. It would be humiliating. Okay, but just say something next time you're not feeling well. Even if we don't go outside, I can still spend time with you as your nurse. I mean, we're lovers. As Spacey said that, she placed a hand on my cheek. It was the soft, warm touch of a woman. I felt embraced by her kindness as well as a sense of nostalgia. This feels so strange. I think the last time someone looked after me when I caught a cold was when I was a little kid. I closed my eyes and savored the soft and loving sensation. Oh, right. Sasuzuka, do you mind if I leave for a bit? Why? I was gonna make you some rice porridge in case you were hungry. I'm gonna run to the convenience store. Is there anything you want? Like canned peaches or... Tamagozake? Here, Cole. Sometimes you act like a little old lady. I chuckled, then sighed. What did I want? Can it be anything? Of course. I even can get you sports drink or some jelly. And then... You. I want you. What? I reached for the confused Spacey. You are sick, and I don't want to get your germs. Gross. Yeah, great. Coughing, hacking, and snotting on me sex sounds awesome. Let's not. Don't go anywhere. Stay with me forever. Aww. Can't you? My voice spilled out, frail and childish. It quivered like I was on the verge of tears. If my usual self saw me like this, he'd probably laugh his ass off. But, Spacey, of course I can. I love you after all. I won't leave you all alone. She didn't laugh or get upset. She just nodded with a gentle expression. You don't have to be afraid. I'm right here. I won't disappear, Sasuzuka. That would never happen. You came back to me during the X-Day incidents too, remember? I knew you'd cry if I didn't. The thought actually helped me focus. It's hard to explain, but I didn't want to make you cry. That's why I left Adonis behind. My own words were played in my head, and they were embarrassing to recall, but strangely, I accepted that they were my own. Must have been the fever talking. Besides, got a cute girlfriend now. I never cheat on her no matter what any foul temptress says to me. I know, that's why I'll stay right here. Even if it makes you upset or annoys you, I'll be by your side, forever and ever. But I still need to go shopping. Then I'll keep watch over you. So, be a good boy and stay here, okay? Can't believe you're saying that. I closed my eyes, relieved. Even with my eyes closed, I could still feel the warmth and kindness from her hand as it brushed my head. I knew I wasn't hallucinating because I was sick. I wish that the hand would never go. HQ and Shinjuku Station, they weren't very far apart. It wouldn't be much of a problem even if we couldn't see each other for a few weeks. The reason doesn't matter. I realized how pathetic I'd become, but I didn't hate that side of myself. That's why you move in together! Even as I derided myself for my weakness, I found new determination. I mean, you've only been dating for a couple months, so. But, hello, we know we're gonna marry each other. That's the way this shit works, right? We're not gonna break up. May 1st, 5:30. Oh, okay, we're still Sasuzuka. Okay. The viral infection must not have been very strong, because I was back on my feet in a few days. Oh, what the heck? Quit ringing the doorbell so much, jeez! Fine, I'm coming! I don't remember Kazuki's voice, except for, sup, kid? As soon as he recognized me standing in the doorway, he started to close the door. I stick my foot in the gap to stop it from closing all the way and shove my way into the entrance. They are both salty bitches, so it's like really hard. What the hell? Who slams the door? Their big brother. Didn't your sister raise you right? She didn't raise me! I sure as hell don't have a big brother! Don't open the door if you hate me so much. This whole family has no sense of security. I've learned my lesson. If you do that again, I won't open it at all. Then I'll just use my spare key to get inside. It's like I'm arguing with myself. I don't remember the voice I gave Kazuki. I really don't. Like, whatever. I mean, okay. Like, he can't have that voice, you know what I'm saying? So, but they're basically the same person. They're both salty, angry bitches. Anyway, he made such a strange expression that I wanted to take a picture and post it online. What do you want? Spacey isn't here. I know. Came to see you today. Huh? This is going to take a while, so get me a cup of coffee. Don't forget the milk and sugar. Hold on. Don't just barge into our house. What's going on? I need to talk to you about your sister. Wait, is Sasuzuka asking our brother to marry us? If he can marry us, that's so cute. Oh my god, this is perfect. So, oh, that's a new CG. Hi. That's a new, like, background. Hello, chapter 2. Wow. So I'm going to stop here. This is perfect if each chapter, it's the third now, at 7:40 p.m. If each chapter is like an hour, that'd be perfect because there's only 4 chapters and then we could probably get our 2 other endings maybe. So maybe 5 parts for each character. It really depends. Chapter 4 is an hour and then there's an ending. So, you know what I mean? But like 5 to 6 parts per person. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, because like even if you're thinking, okay, total, 5 hours worth of content, right? Because, like, 5 hours worth of content for each character. That's 25 hours for them, and then there's several hours, maybe at least an hour each for those things. That's like 30 hours for a fan disc. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, yeah, some of the main games are like 60 to 80 fucking hours the way I play. You know, taking our time, talking about shit, doing whatever. But, like, for a fan disc, I mean, you kind of, wow, that's impressive, like 30 hours. I mean, I paid $50 for the fucking game. It should have a lot of content in it, is all I'm saying. But at the same time, you know, I don't think it would be like, okay, so because there's not a lot of, the plot in these routes is just your romancy day-to-day kind of a plot. There's not like a lot of other shit going on unless we all of a sudden have to deal with, you know, the other guy, Tachibana, coming back. You know, it's kind of like, well, what's the point? Unless, you know what would be interesting if this is like, okay, the Tachibana never comes back and this is just afterward, everything's happy and we're just dealing with our like love drama of not being able to see each other and shit like that, right? And then the Tachibana stuff comes more into the Yoshinari or the Minagishi kind of route when you have with them. Like, you're dating kind of them while dealing with that. That'd be interesting. Now, that would be kind of cool. I don't know. So, anyway, we'll start chapter 2 in the next part, and we'll see. And we'll go from there. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.